welcome to Papatuanuku News. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Bridget. In today's story, a new crime wave is sweeping the country in the form of woolen graffiti. Scientists has invented a new invisibility cloak. We helped them find it. And the last is in the weather around the country. But first, a story that will turn your world upside down.
If you think the world is getting more and more topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in Germany have built an upside-down house which rests on its roof. Inside, there are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, and an upside-in kitchen, and an upturned bathroom. Although it's not known if anyone has tried to have a bath in it or go to the toilet, the house was built as a comment about the state of the world and has become a popular tourist attraction. Although many visitors complain of feeling sick and dizzy after just a few minutes inside. We cross now to our reporter Bailey, who is the owner of the house. Which is with the owner of the house. How are you feeling, Bailey?
Thanks, Caleb. I'm here with the owner of the house, Morgan, and I'm feeling nice. So what made you decide to build this upside-down house?
I used to live in space and was used to having zero gravity.
What comment do you feel the house makes about the state of the world?
Well, I feel houses should be upside down because having an upside down house means you can clean the floors easier.
What are some of the challenges of living in a house where the beds, bathroom and kitchen are kind of on the ceiling?
A good thing is you never have to make a bed. It is pretty tricky having a bath. Have you ever tried holding a bucket upside down? The real reason I am so skinny is I can never keep my noodles in the bowl.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, that's all from me. Now, back to you, Bridget and Caleb in the studio.
Thanks, Bailey. Even watching that makes me feel like vomiting. And now for a story that is truly out of sight. Look out, Harry Potter, the world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak which can hide objects by bending light waves. It has been found that light can be controlled using tiny crystals that make objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects such as coins disappear, but hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. However, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it just disappears, the inventor of the cloak said. It appears that they are having trouble finding other things too, like their lunch, which they think may be underneath the cloak. What will the invention actually be used for? Hoping to see three reasons behind the invisibility cloak, here is our spot reporter, Shaden, with more on the story.
Hello, I'm Shaden, and with me is Cameron.
one of the scientists behind the invisibility cloak. Hi, Cameron, and thanks for joining us today. What made you want to invent the invisibility cloak?
So I can win a game of hide and go seek for once.
Can you show me how the invisibility cloak works?
Yep, just count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where is he? Wow. What do you hope the cloak will be used for?
For people in the army to have invisible army suits, it will be better.
Have you ever sneaked into a kitchen and taken food?
No, but I will now with my invisible cloak.
Well, that makes things very clear. Thanks for joining us. And we're out of time. Over to you, Caleb and Bridget in the studio.
Thanks, Shaden. And now, how's this for an interesting yarn? A new wave of graffiti crime is covering the country, thanks to an underground gang known as the Midnight Knitters. These wool-waving criminals are covering tree branches and lampposts with small jerseys and scarves under the cover of darkness. Police say this is illegal because they are being done on public property without permission, and warn that if the Midnight Knitters aren't caught soon, every tree, lamppost and traffic light in the country will soon be warmly dressed against the cold. A police spokesman said the problem is spinning out of control. They're a close-knit group of dyed-in-the-wool criminals. We are stitching together a case out. It's not seamless. There are no real pattern to the criminals so far. The criminal knitters have escaped arrest and continue to pull the wool over the eyes of both the public and the police. We go now to a secret location with Olivia, who has an exclusive interview with the one of the Midnight Knitters gangs.
Thanks, Caleb. I'm Olivia, and joining me in this top secret location is a member of the Mighty Knitting Gang. Hello, Sky. Thanks for joining us. What led you into the dark underworld of knitted graffiti?
Well, New Zealand has sheep. Heaps and heaps and heaps of sheep. And I need to share with the world how awesome sheep can be.
Do you see yourself as a criminal? Why not?
No, I'm no criminal. I'm Sky, just like Bo Peep. I don't want to lose any sheep.
Apart from trees, lampposts and traffic lights, what else would you like to graffiti with your woolens?
Wow, there's so many, like McDonald's, public toilets, shearing sheds, and schools. Every school needs a little colour.
Thanks for your time, Sky Bo Peep. Of the Midnight Knitting Gang, we now go over to Mitchell and Flynn with the weather update.
Well, at least they'll be warm if they get caught to go to jail. Now let's have a look at the weather up and down the country with Mitchell and Flynn. What's in store?
Thank you, Caleb and Bridget. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Starting in the far north in Kaitaia, look out for some pretty flash flooding and raindrops as big as your head. If you're going outside, wear a hat. In Auckland, there will be a mix of fair conditions and unfair conditions. But those are the conditions, and you'll just have to accept them there.
Will we know whether for Bay of Plenty it's taking a short holiday but is expected to be back for the weekend in Napier and Hastings? The weather will be sometimes be changeable and sometimes not. We have really no idea what will happen.
There, in Taranaki, a mild depression begins with a very dull day, and it will be overcast and gloomy all morning, but things should cheer up by the evening, so don't worry, everything will be fine. Wellington
will have another capital day. There will be no wind at all. The conditions will be so pleasant, they'll actually be extreme. In the top of the
South Island, Papatuanuku can also expect to have a good day, sunny, calm and idyllic surroundings. Except for tomorrow, when the weather will be the worst you've ever seen, a real mix for Christchurch, which will have some unreasonable rainfall, some sensible wind, moderate thunderstorms, and some very angry snow.
Lower south, Dunedin will be frosty, cold and unfriendly till the late morning, when the sun will pop over for a visit. Everybody likes the sun. That's all from us. Remember, if it's raining outside, that's the weather for you. Now it's back to the news desk with Caleb and Bridget.
Thanks, Mitchell and Flynn. Well, that's all we have time for. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I'm
Caleb.
And I'm Bridget. Goodbye.
E no hora.